All right, ladies and gents, what is going on? How are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another one. We have got a $100,000 Bitcoin. We just got straight to the point. We've got we've pretty much got Bitcoin sitting at $100,000 right now. We are sitting at 99,800. It's currently at an all-time high. So we're going to be breaking this down and taking a look at, we're potentially going to be watching Bitcoin set a brand new all-time high right now, live on stream. So that is absolutely huge. Will it hit 100K? I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't know. But, I mean, you're $200 away from it now. So I wouldn't say that the chance is slim. I would say that, we're probably looking quite likely. Polymarket's putting this at 94% chance, which is interesting. I would have thought that this is... yeah, more like 99%, like this guy down here. But I guess, there are still 6% of people that, 6% of dollars betting, more specifically, actually think that we're still going to get rejected here. What do you guys think? Let me know what's going on, ladies and gents, as you're coming in to this live stream. Shout out to Alex from Portugal. Oi, Savalois, that guy's from the UK, obviously. Easy3 saying it's moving steadily and slowly, looks healthy, to be honest. It looks very healthy. I actually, at a time like this, would just prefer it to just shoot straight through resistance. But, it is what it is. As you are coming in, ladies and gents, do me a favor and smash those likes up. Smash them up. As you are coming in, let's pump this thing up. This is literally potentially the 100K live stream on this YouTube channel. This might actually be it. So... that definitely deserves a little bit of engagement if you guys are pumped up for this like I am. Bitcoin has just pumped up. Take a look at that as you guys are smashing up those likes. Bitcoin is smashing up that price right there. This is the minute time frame, and we were consolidating for 3 minutes at $99,800. And now we're at $850. Jordan Clark's already getting the lotion out, ladies and gents. My God, he's going for it. He is going for it. Tim L from Thailand, what's up? How you guys doing today? Welcome to the live stream. Tell me where you're viewing from as usual, and tell me how you're feeling. And do you think that we're hitting $100,000 today? Tell me what you think. Me personally, I don't care. I don't care whether we hit 100K or not, because eventually I think we are going to hit it, and I think that the gains are going to be astronomical over the next days, weeks, months, maybe even I think multiple years. And I can expand on those theories if you guys are interested. I actually think that we've got, multiple years of kind of up only for a little bit. I mean, obviously we might get some temporary pullbacks and bear markets, but 3:30 a.m. in Malaysia. What's going on, Raj Singh? Welcome. Scottsdale, Arizona, 100K incoming. I think you wrote 10,000 though, didn't you? I know you wrote 100K. What's up, Scottsdale? How you doing? Bangkok. How you guys doing? We got Prague in the house, Ohio, San Francisco, Turkey. I'm on a 3x long on DOT. Will it go below 2.8 in a correction? First of all, Bitcoin is pulling back a little bit. There was a horrific tweet I just saw. It was so funny. You guys saw that really cringe. But this right here. You guys saw this shit? The Australian women that were making their little fucking like TikTok video. I mean, if you know it, you know it from this image. Let me know how many of you guys watching actually remember this. And as you are coming in, ladies and gents, smash them up. And we got Arthur.Sol right here saying 99.5 and a nuke. 99.5 and a nuke. This is hilarious. We got right here, itty bitty nuke and a rally. Oh my God, it's just all going off right now. That was hilarious. That was quite something. I want to bring this to your attention before we really kick things off as well. Nobody's talking about this, ladies and gents, but the dollar is rallying really hard. The dollar has been rallying really hard since Trump got elected. We're seeing a reading of 107.5 right now. This picture was taken just a couple of minutes ago. And if the dollar ends up dropping, which of course it always does, then actually I think that we could be seeing some pretty serious upside potential here on Bitcoin and other speculative investments, right? Because when the dollar comes up, it's now got a lot of room to drop, right? It's the same thing that we say on this channel quite a lot, which many people just completely fail to understand, but that's okay. That's why I'm here. We talk about it a lot. Basically, the idea that, a lot of people, and this is actually a really big deal. Actually, before we go there, you're looking at, a rally from 106 to 108. You're looking at basically lows effectively at around 103. You're looking at a 5% increase within, just like 2-3 weeks, right? Since Trump got elected, not even 3 weeks. To me, that's a big deal. I mean, that really shows a lot of strength for the dollar, but take a look at this. This is Bitcoin right here, getting a nice big pullback right now down into support. And so with all of this happening right now, let me just show you what's going on. With all of this happening right now, I think there is potentially some scope for a little bit of support to be captured in this range before Bitcoin potentially makes its way a little bit higher. So let's see how this pullback goes, and we'll come back to this in just a second. In fact, we don't need to take this chart off screen. Let's just keep watching this. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the dollar up on here, just to yeah, look at this. It's broken resistance, guys. I mean, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. But I do want to show you what the dollar was doing during Trump's presidency, because the dollar is quite happy right now. All things considered, but and obviously that happened as a result of Trump getting elected. But here's the thing. I mean, the 2016 election. I don't even know when the 2016 election happened. It would have happened in November, right, of 2016, because then the president comes in 2017, which means that this one would have ran until November 2020. And Trump's presidency was largely just a sideways dollar range, right? I mean, this is. Have I done this properly? Is this 4 years? I'm so bad at this shit. But it was largely a sideways dollar, and clearly, I mean, the presidency doesn't really have a big difference. This is actually quite controlled. This is quite a controlled chart right here. I mean, you've got Obama and whoever came before him. I don't know. I was too young back then. And then we got Biden, who actually did increase the dollar's strength against other currencies. It is worth noting that this is the dollar index, and so this is just a comparison of the dollar against other major currencies like the pound and the Swiss franc and the Japanese yen and the euro. And so the dollar obviously did not get strong. But what's unequivocally clear, what is undeniable, is that those other currencies that the dollar is getting compared against, they got weaker. And that's actually why we're seeing the dollar coming up here. But in any case, ladies and gents, all of these big drops that we've seen with the dollar, right? I mean, I'm talking about this drop right here. I'm talking about, this drop right here. I'm talking about this one. There have been, and to be fair, there are going to be some exceptions in between, this current range. But, we are seeing overwhelming, extremely bullish price action here. This one was not bullish for Bitcoin, which, we were all really bitter about. And the reason it wasn't bullish for Bitcoin is because when the dollar came down very heavily, FTX collapsed. And so crypto had a very uniquely shit market back then. Like this period, the end of kind of 2022, was a lot more bullish if you were in traditional finance, if you were in stocks and stuff like that. But Bitcoin, crypto, really suffered because of the FTX effect. But yeah, really cool stuff there. Welcome to the live stream, ladies and gents. We've kicked this off already, but if you are just coming in, do me a favor and smash those likes up. This is potentially, literally, the $100,000 Bitcoin watch party, the $100,000 Bitcoin live stream. It's kind of crazy to think that it's happening today. I don't know. It might not happen today. We're going to see. And obviously, I've got a ton of analysis I want to be sharing with you guys in this live stream. But before I do continue, I want to give a very, very special shout out to one of our viewers' daughters. Her name is Kennedy, and it's her birthday today. So happy birthday, Kennedy. What a great day to have a birthday. I mean, if Bitcoin smashes 100K on your birthday, Bitcoin's already set an all-time high on your birthday. So you're clearly a very, very special girl. But if Bitcoin pushes over 100, then you are also really being your dad's lucky charm today. So very, very cool stuff. And yeah, we are sitting right now at 99.4K. So very, very nice price level to be sitting at right now. If we zoom out and take a little bit of a look at what's been going on some shorter time frames, we're just in more vertical accumulation, obviously kind of punctuated by, actual, big moves in the trend. So You know, we've seen this happening quite a bit now. You know, this is another kind of vertical accumulation. I'm drawing this so badly. This is kind of embarrassing. Let's draw this a little bit nicer for you guys. You know, and what we've got right here are, you know, here, take a look at this. You got a nice little range that looks a little bit like this. It's hard to draw it, you know, they're so tight, but let's go ahead and kind of draw it a little bit like this, right? And, you know, you kind of get my point, and then we do something a little bit like this afterwards. And then, you know, before all of that, we're doing the same thing, right? And then in between, there's just, you know, there's just the crazy shit going on. There's just, I don't even know what to use to show this to you. I'm probably going to use the Eclipse tool, you know, and you got all of this shit going on, you know, in between. And it's just vertical accumulation. That's all it is. And so, you know, I fully expect basically, you know, something like this to happen next. I mean, I think this is right here. Oh my God, I cannot click. I think this is what we're going to see. And I think that we might see it this live stream. I don't know. I mean, you know, it might not even happen, but I do think that that's actually quite likely for Bitcoin. It's how Bitcoin likes to break resistance levels too. So, you know, it just makes sense. But ladies and gents, as you are coming in, do me a favor and smash up those likes. We're going through everything in this live stream. We've got a lot to go through. And I'm very, very excited for the rest of this live stream here. So if you are excited for it like I am, if you're pumped up for this, and if you're pumped up for 100K Bitcoin, then smash them up, ladies and gents. We got to push this past 100 likes just to kick things off. And we're so close, by the way. We're so close. But yeah, a little bit of kind of horizontal resistance here. Bitcoin's just mucking about, really. You know, there's nothing too crazy going on. You know, everybody's been talking in definites, like Bitcoin is definitely breaking the all-time high. I'm sorry, that Bitcoin is definitely breaking 100K today or yesterday. You know, which I find interesting. It's neither here nor there. I mean, you know, on a normal day, I'd be like, well, if everybody and their grandmother is saying something is going to happen, then I don't really think it's going to happen. But, you know, on this occasion, I mean, it's just very obvious, you know, that things are looking good for Bitcoin. So, you know, I mean, I'm not going to stand in front of that trade. You know, I think that, I think that, you know, there is also certain occasions where everybody is just piled on one side of the market. And so actually that's just where the market goes, you know. So what I think will surprise people is the subsequent crash, right? And I don't know when that crash is going to come. Maybe it comes before we hit 100. Maybe it happens during this live stream. It would be great if it did. You know, but maybe not. Maybe it happens substantially higher than 100K. But whenever it happens, it will take all of you by surprise, probably, or many of you, definitely not all of you. You know, and you just don't want to get screwed when that happens, right? Because that's actually where you do make the money. So we really got to retain perspective of that. Can I check out the Stellar Lumen chart if I get a minute? Absolutely, Sean. I'm going to take a look at all altcoins in just a little bit. Earlier on in the stream, I got a request for Polkadot, so I just want to take a quick look at that because I was actually personally looking at Polkadot recently. The question was, do I think it's going to go below 280, and it's at $6.30 now, so probably not. I don't even know if that was your question, actually. I mean, if you got a stop loss at $2.80, that's a pretty good stop loss. I'd say it's actually extremely wide. I wouldn't have a stop loss anywhere lower than, I mean, this would be the absolute low, like $3.50, you know? And really, I would probably want my stop loss a lot more like $5.30. I'm just more of a, you know, I don't know. I just like controlling my risk a little bit more, but Polkadot's obviously broken out, and it's breaking out into a next range. There's a lot of resistance up ahead on this chart, but this resistance doesn't matter if, you know, Bitcoin's dominance starts kind of topping out. Right now, obviously, Bitcoin's dominance is actually looking quite strong, and it's gaining strength as Bitcoin is, you know, inching toward that $100,000 price level. I mean, you know, we've got quite a strong kind of reaction here to the downside. I mean, you know, it fell down by a little bit. Recovered up to a new high, fell down by a little bit, and now recovering back up again, right as, you know, obviously Bitcoin's flirting with that 100K level, so that's definitely interesting. Very, very quickly, I'm not going to look at more alts for now, but just to take a quick look at XLM, we are seeing quite a spectacular chart. I mean, this is the kind of chart that you can't really analyze, right? I mean, there's not really much to say about it. But yeah, because it's not even consolidating yet. So, you know, there's not really much you could do here, but It's got, yeah, I mean, a couple of levels. There's no super clearly defined support or resistance. We'll come back to this later, but yeah, nothing super clear right here. Do I think Bitcoin? Do I think the Bitcoin top will be in once altcoin starts to hit all-time? Oh, I didn't really understand your question, dude. Can you rephrase that? Can you rephrase your question? But yeah, ladies and gents, I got a couple of interesting things I want to show you guys tonight in this live stream, and I wanna start off with with the classic curved line charts, right? And obviously, you know, I don't like this form of analysis. I tell you guys why. It's very unscientific. It's very subjective. It's very easy to just be incorrect and then make it look like you're correct, and you know that'll get you social points. You know, like you might get respected in your group chats a little bit, but it won't put money in your pocket. You know, just generally as a principle, Bitcoin probably, I think, would put money in most people's pockets. But perspectives like this, analysis like this, it usually just means you're a really, really fucking bad analyst. And if you're a bad analyst, you're probably not making money overall. So with that said, a lot of people will be looking at it. And we do have, according to the way it's drawn today, because it gets drawn differently every day, like I'm saying, a speculative target of $200,000. Basically, it looks like kind of, yeah, soon, first couple of months of 2025. You know, which I mean, I wouldn't say is like unreasonable. I wouldn't say that it's super realistic, but I don't think it's super unrealistic either. Bitcoin can go very hard, you know, when it starts breaking its all-time highs. And if we're looking at, you know, in April, you know, $200,000 Bitcoin, I mean, that's like 6 months away. So I wouldn't rule it out. I certainly wouldn't rule it out. But here we are, ladies and gents, 99.7. We are right back up at that all-time high. This was literally Bitcoin's all-time high. We just said it immediately after going live on stream, and we are right back up again. So let's see what ends up happening from here. Smash those likes up, ladies and gents. We have, I think we just pushed it above 100, or we're just on the edge. Smash them up, ladies and gents, if you are enjoying this stream so far. Dogecoin is going to break out soon. He did a video on it actually like yesterday. I did do a video on Dogecoin, yeah. And I do believe that that it's actually looking pretty sweet right now. I mean, you know, the major risk factor is Bitcoin, right? I mean, you know, Bitcoin, if it shits the bed right now, is going to destroy Doge. But you know, the thing about Doge, and we were saying this in the most recent YouTube video, you guys have really got to be subscribed to the YouTube channel, you know, if you don't want to miss out on this time-sensitive content, because we put out this XRP analysis 13 hours ago. We put out the Doge analysis a few hours after that. You know, and it's the same chart, right? That's actually the reason that I'm looking at this. If we look at Doge and then we open the XRP chart, Doge is just kind of lagging behind a little bit. You know, if I kind of, let me just reposition this chart, right, to kind of make it look a little bit similar. This is, you know, this is very much the same fucking chart, you know, that XRP has managed to pull off. It's just that that Doge hasn't quite gone yet. You know, and it makes sense why Doge hasn't gone yet, because you know, XRP, you know, moved after Doge, right? I mean, XRP was not the first one to move. Doge was actually one of the first ones to really start exploding, and we can see that here. Let's actually, hang on, I might be wrong about that. One sec, let's take a look at this. No, it seems like they're pumping largely at the same time. So let's actually measure the moves and see how significant the moves were up to this high. Yeah, these highs coincide perfectly. But percentage, actually no, I'm sorry, no, they're neck and neck. They're actually neck and neck. So that's definitely interesting. But clearly, people are more excited for. Oh, I'm sorry, we're looking at XRP on both charts. That was a really big brain fart of me. Yeah, here, this is more what I was kind of expecting to see. 54% move here. While while XRP at the very same time only manages to pull off a 10% move. That's the exact same time frame, yeah? We're looking at 3rd of November to 6th of November at whatever times. Doge moves up by 50%, XRP up by 10. And that's a really important difference, because it tells us that they're moving in different times, right? Like, we're not expecting them to move identical at the exact same time. But clearly, they're forming the same chart patterns. And that, to me, is a hell of a lot more interesting. I mean, you know, this is exactly the same thing, really, that XRP just did. And Doge is really trying. You know, Doge is really, really trying to get that breakout. And then if you kind of look at, you know, how high this thing could go, I mean, you know, a little flagpole, You know, we don't mind a little bit of flagpole extensions, right? You know, to the potential breakout point. Let's just say that we break out now. That's putting Doge at $1.20, which is insane. You know, I don't know if we're actually going to get that high. But, I mean, yeah, last cycle it did get to 71 cents. So, I don't know. We'll see. There's another way to draw it, which would be a little bit less aggressive and perhaps more realistic. And I would say that that it would look a little bit, probably, yeah, a little bit something like, is this the same thing? I don't think this is the same thing. You know, it's a little bit of a kind of shorter move, is it? Yeah, it is. It's a bit of a shorter move here. Puts it about at $1, which is actually very, very realistic. So these kind of flagpole extensions are putting Doge potentially in some realistic price levels. You know, and really, it's not really about the technical chart. You know, with a coin like Doge, it's more so just Elon Musk and Donald Trump. You know, funnily, I mean, it's honestly so hard to believe that I've said that sentence just now. You know, like I mean, everyone's just saying this shit like it's normal. Like, yeah, Department of Government Efficiency and fucking, you know, crypto season in the federal government. I mean, like, to me, this is just kind of crazy. You know, I mean, all the stuff that's been happening lately. But what's going on in the live chat? Like, smash. Thank you very, very much. We're at 127. Smash them up, ladies and gents, if you are enjoying this stream so far. How are we doing? How are we doing? Welcome to the live stream to those of you just tuning in here. Is Binance Coin still good? I think Binance Coin is looking amazing. Binance Coin is another one that, you know, like, I'm not interested in the coins that have already pumped, right? I mean, XRP has pumped, and we're going to keep on talking about it because it's super tradable. But, you know, on the whole, I'm much more interested in coins that haven't moved yet. And, you know, Binance Coin is clearly one of them, I think. You know, if we take a look at, and actually, you know what? I'm just going to, you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to keep Bitcoin here. Just so we can kind of keep watching it on the minute time frame. I just want to be able to constantly watch it like an absolutely dirty, degenerate trader. But, you know, if we bring it back, you know, to Binance Coin, it's a really solid chart. I mean, you know, it's held so beautifully sideways for so long. It's, you know, clearly got a little bit of kind of horizontal resistance that it's dealing with right now, and it's broken out of that ascending triangle, so we can go ahead and remove that. Largely, this is just a range, right? I mean, you can kind of just draw it like this with a couple of, you know, extreme drops out of the range, but I mean, these were fake outs anyway, right? Obviously, they got recovered. But yeah, just battling a little bit of macro resistance right now, and if this thing flies, I mean, you know, how is it not gonna get to, you know, 100? I mean, I'm sorry, $1,000 or so, right? I mean, I don't really see how that wouldn't happen. It's actually the exact same chart as Bitcoin, right? I mean, Bitcoin, you know, if I show this to you here on the weekly, you know, Bitcoin did the same thing, and it worked out really well for Bitcoin, right? If we kind of place a line at the previous all-time high, then what we're going to see is we kind of hit the all-time high once, and then we hit it again, and then we consolidate under it, and then you get your ex-girlfriend back. And it's the same thing here, right? I mean, you kind of hit the high, you hit it again, you consolidate, and then you get her sister back too, you know, with Binance Coin. Because Binance Coin potentially much more interesting than Bitcoin in terms of upside. 63% from the all-time high to $1,000. Bitcoin to 100K is up by 50%. And obviously, Binance Coin is just a smaller, you know, it's a smaller crypto. They've also launched 20% APY per year staking, which is interesting. If I'm not mistaken, sounds about right. And so, you know, I don't know if that's going to do well for them, but it could do. It definitely could do. So yeah, interesting stuff here for sure. I think Binance Coin is, again, just one of those picks that, you know, I mean, it's hard to say it, you know, more excitedly. I mean, it's not hard. I'm not very excited at all. That's kind of the point of this YouTube channel is, you know, we're not trying to be excited, no matter how high Bitcoin is, and especially at 100K. You know, I don't want you guys to be excited by 100K Bitcoin. Let me show you guys what I want you to be excited by. Is right here, ladies and gents. I want you to be excited by this. You got Bear right here, specking a GT3, showing that his purchase order has been confirmed, saying thanks Bitcoin. This is what we get excited by on this YouTube channel. All right, we want nice cars, we want nice houses, we want to pay off bills, we want to fix problems in the real world with money. What we don't want is to be part of the XRP army and lose our sense of personal identity in favor of a crypto community Discord chat. You know, because that would be really fucking cringe, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it, ladies and gents? Let's just say it like it is. You know, so we don't want the excitement from 100K Bitcoin. We'll just get it from a roaring V6. It is a V6, isn't it? Or it's a V8. It's a V8, my bad. Is it a V8 or V6? I don't fucking know. I should know. I should know because I have one. But I don't know. This is it. This is what we want. We want nice cars out of 100K Bitcoin. We don't want to celebrate the number itself. Yeah, the XRP army has really been. It's a flat 6. Yeah, that makes sense. The XRP army has really been going off on me on this YouTube channel. It's been great. We're gonna be doing a little bit more XRP analysis. The videos have been blowing up, but you know, more than that, you're gonna be getting exclusives from me on Twitter. Twitter has already been getting exclusives from me. I made a very, very powerful Tesla analysis post some months ago, and it's actually outperformed Bitcoin even up until this point. It's still outperforming Bitcoin, and that only went to Twitter. I told you guys about it here on YouTube, but I only posted it on Twitter, and a few other, you know, important things have gone up on Twitter too, which you've missed if you don't follow me, like this thread on how I would trade XRP, which got a lot of views, a lot of love and support. So definitely check it out if you're interested with that top link. And obviously, while you're down there, if you want to, you know, kind of diversify, trade on a new exchange, or maybe you don't have a home exchange yet, these platforms linked below will give you free money to trade with. And all you have to do is just deposit and start trading using these links. And then you're going to get free money to trade with, up to $30,000 on Bybit. And with Blowfin, you're also just going to get free shit like a motorbike and a Tesla, depending on how much you trade for the next 21 days. So that's really, really cool stuff. If you want to check it out, all you got to do is check out those links. And obviously, only if you're not from a restricted region, if you are allowed to in your home country. And those of you that want something a little bit more from me directly, we've got a beautiful one-to-one program. It's a 12-week program. It's very intense. It's very expensive. It's very serious. And we have had phenomenal results. Absolutely everybody that's ever been in a program like this or this one has paid off the investment fee multiple times over very, very quickly. That's not to say it's going to keep happening. I'm sure eventually someone's going to fuck it up. But so far, it hasn't happened. So if you want to get inside, then you can use that link down below. And a member of my team or myself will get back to you there. But yeah, Binance coin looking pretty sweet. Let's bring it back to Bitcoin here on the minute time frame. It's pulling back a little bit. We're sitting at 99.3 right now. Yeah, right here. We're sitting at 99.3. And, you know, just to kind of analyze this Bitcoin chart a little bit more, because I think it is worth, you know, kind of highlighting this just a bit. You know, I mean, because of all of the vertical accumulation, there is no real kind of level that you can easily point to as far as just putting that yellow line at the previous all-time high. You know, that you can point to as far as support if this market ends up dropping. And that doesn't seem to have been a problem anyway, right? I mean, when Bitcoin, you know, did start to kind of top out, at least temporarily, you know, it just found support at seemingly random levels. And, you know, those levels got higher and higher. You know, and that's why this all just looks like, you know, a series of vertical accumulation. I think a lot of people would rightfully be quite skeptical about this and, you know, actually be seeing that, you know, we're clearly, you know, moving up less aggressively, you know, than we did originally. Look at how aggressive these moves were and look at how aggressive this much bigger move is. You know, clearly we've lost some aggression, and I don't know about you, but, you know, I don't want to be losing aggression as Bitcoin reaches 100K, right? I mean, you know, I want to be increasing aggression at a time like that. So, you know, I think there is definitely some cause for concern, but, you know, I mean, at the same time, oftentimes, you know, the way you get rejected, it's pretty quick. You know, you don't really hang out for too long at the all-time high. Let's take a look at what happened previously, though, because I want to fact check myself on that. And yeah, look at that. I mean, that's exactly what I just said, right? I mean, you hit the all-time high, and then that's it. I mean, you know, that was 20 minutes, and in the range, it lasted about 4 hours, and then we just never went back. We just never went back there for, you know, for 3 years. It took 3 years to get here, actually. You know, 3 years, you know, just under, like 2 years and 10 months, 2 years and 11 months to get up here again. So, you know, to break the all-time high, I should say specifically, with some real conviction. You know, obviously our real break of the all-time high was literally like 7, 8, 9 months ago now. But you know, with substance, it was recent. It was only a few weeks ago. You know, and you can see how markets top. You know, I mean, this is a really important, you know, perspective here that we're talking about right now. And it really deserves a lot of attention, even note taking. If you guys, you know, if you like taking notes, then this is where you get your notepad out. You know, this is a really big deal. You know, when the market's top, you know, you are seeing quick tops. You know, you don't really hang out for too long. We're on the 5-minute time frame right here. I mean, you know, Bitcoin up here spent an hour, and then, you know, it fell down for a total of $2,400, 3.5%. And then it set the new all-time high slightly higher, and it only stayed up there for 4 hours. You know, I mean, this is really typical for Bitcoin. If you go back and look at, you know, other bull market tops, you know, let's take a look at 2017, right? And the reason that I'm showing you all of this in so much detail is because, you know, if you are expecting Bitcoin to kind of top out over here, then, you know, you might actually, you know, you might be scratching your head as to why Bitcoin hasn't already done it, right? You know, on this occasion here, just generally in the range, it lasted a day, which is, yeah, that's a little bit, you know, that's a little bit of time. But at the very, very top, you know, that was more like just an hour or two. And then, yeah, I mean, you know, after that, it just it just didn't stay. It just didn't stick around. It started to dump, and obviously it didn't come back for 4 years on this occasion, or like three years. So very, very, you know, extended bear market coming off those highs, and crucially, you don't get much of a chance to sell at the top. You know, a lot of people ask me questions like, Sammy, where am I going to sell, or what top do I think we're going to get? And every single time somebody asks me that question, I give you the same damn response. And by the way, smash up the likes if you are enjoying this so far. Let's get this thing up to 200. We can do that. We're close to 200. You know, what I talk about on this YouTube channel when people ask me for those top targets is I don't know, right? I have no idea. I've gotten it wrong every single time, you know, and I'm probably going to get it wrong again. So have you, Mr. Humble, by the way. And, you know, and so I just don't think it's productive to kind of speculate on those questions. I'd rather just make money and accept that, you know, at the end, I'm not going to see the top, and I'm going to get screwed, and I'm going to lose, you know, 30-40% of my money. But as long as my end result is still significantly higher than where I started, you know, why would I be upset by that? You know, that's obviously just kind of where I'm feeling about this market here. So yeah, let's bring it back to present day BTC and stick it to the minute time frame here, and just kind of keep looking at what's going on as this continues to move. And let me know how we're feeling in the live chat as usual. What's going on with you guys? How are you feeling in terms of being bullish or bearish? We got some opinions here. I'm curious to know what your opinions are. Drop them right here in the live chat about where you think Bitcoin could be going today. No one can call the exact top. Impossible. I mean, yeah, you're gonna get a couple of, you know, weird people that live in their basement and do like extremely strange astrological analysis, you know, and they're gonna get the top, right? But I mean, for the most part, you won't be able to systemize picking a top. It's just not easy. And I don't, you know, I wouldn't bother. I mean, I just don't think it's important. Like, just make your money and then just exit, bro. Like, why does it matter where it tops? You're gonna make a lot of money before Bitcoin tops, you know, I think. So Matthew's disappointed on the majority of altcoins. Yeah, they have been disappointing, bro, but, you know, Bitcoin's dominance is the name of the game here, right? And you know, Bitcoin's dominance is clearly telling us a story that, you know, this isn't quite coming to an end right now. If Bitcoin explodes beyond 100K right now, I would probably expect its dominance to come up very, very quickly. I would probably expect altcoins to suffer a lot. But obviously, I think altcoins are going to come back. And I made a video about this. I made an entire video about this. I actually posted it straight to Twitter, as usual. So check it out. A lot of shit going on Twitter, guys, which you really don't want to be missing. If you like this stuff, you're going to really, really enjoy the content on Twitter. But altcoins are fucked. Most of your bags won't recover, but some of you will make enough profit that even Zelensky will be asking you for a loan. Here is how to spot them. It's a 24-minute video, and then I gave you 5 more separate analysis videos on these altcoins, which is absolutely sick. Also, by the way, take a look at this. 2,500% profit. Obviously now it's more like 3,500% profit, which you saw recently. That's my current BTC trade right here. This is an outdated screenshot, 300% profit back when Bitcoin was at a meager $93,000 valuation. Here's a more up-to-date screenshot, still out of date actually. What is my trade looking like right now? Let me see if I can pull this up, because I'm curious what it's looking like in terms of P&L at the moment. Because it's done so well up to this point, hasn't it? And now sitting at, you know, basically $100,000. I mean, this is arguably a place to close the trade, isn't it? You know, I mean, it wouldn't be stupid of me if I decided to close the whole trade. Yeah, it's at 3,000. It's at 3,600%. It wouldn't be stupid to close it all out. It wouldn't. So, oh yeah, and by the way, sometimes I get, you know, people telling me that I'm photoshopping my pictures and stuff, you know, but obviously that's just ridiculous. And you know, we've been over this a million times. We've got Bybit right here, and you can kind of, well, my brightness is very, very low. I don't think I can increase it very much, but you know, I mean, clearly, you know, a real interface here. You can just pause if you want to kind of investigate, because for some reason my brightness is too low right now. But yeah, good stuff here. I mean, altcoins, they might keep shit in the bed a little bit, but you know, I wouldn't expect it to last too long at this stage. Bear with, guys. I've got to. I am back. Just had to grab a drink. Just had to grab some water. And we are ready to go again. A lot of jealous people around, Sammy, when you start making big money. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely correct. That definitely happens. Gold's making its all-time high as well, is it? Is gold setting an all-time high? Wow. Is it? No, it's not. But it's getting close. It's getting close, but it's not there yet. I mean, beautiful stuff, right? That's what we like. That's what we love to see. People use fiat currency as a store of value. There's a name. there's a name for them. We call them poor. God damn it, Rob. You're too savage today, Rob. You're too savage today, Rob. Let's smash them up, ladies and gents. We're so close to 200. So close to 200 likes. And if you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit up that subscribe button. Let's see what we got here on the majors. Solana. I want to take a quick look at Solana. And obviously, it's set a new all-time high. But you know what's really interesting about it is, and I didn't even know this until today. I just saw somebody tweeting about it. Is, you know, if we look at Solana against the dollar, it's basically set an all-time high, right? But if we look at Solana against market cap, it's gone significantly higher than its previous all-time high. Its previous all-time high was up here at $76 billion. And currently, its market cap is $120 billion. So, you know, that sounds like a 70% increase or something like that to me. And, you know, if you're looking at a 70% increase on market cap, but the price is only just breaking the all-time high, then you got to scratch your head and be like, well, why? And you've also got to ask yourself why nobody's ever told you this. Okay? Because, and I made the same mistake. I didn't tell you this. This is exactly the kind of shit that I should be telling you about. Yeah, like this is what you come to my YouTube channel for. Because I'm going to tell you the shit that you haven't seen, but that actually changes the game. Because this is a completely different chart, right? You and I, we look at Solana at its all-time high, and we're saying, oh my god, it's got so much more to run. You know, it can hit $500 and all these really, really nice price targets. And I still believe all of that to be true. But when you look at the market cap, it's already done a lot of the move. You know, and nobody's telling you this. And I think the reason that nobody's telling you this is like me, they just straight up didn't fucking know. But more importantly, I'm not a Solana guy, right? So this is not my game. I don't eat, sleep, breathe shit Solana. But a lot of other people do, and they should have told you this, but they didn't. So you really got to question where you're getting your information from, because that's dangerous, you know, missing information like this. It's just less attractive, right? A chart is more attractive when it's low versus when it's this high. You know, you might think the opposite to me in that case, but then you would also be the opposite to me in terms of P&L. You'd also be losing money if you think the opposite to me here. There's no room for negotiation on this subject. These coins are more interesting when they're lower in valuation. And Solana is significantly higher than its previous all-time high by market cap, but not by price. So, you know, that needs to be part of the conversation when we start asking how high Solana can go. Because by price, if there was no, and, you know, by the way, I didn't even tell you why this happened. It's because of inflation. There's inflation with Solana. Again, nobody talks about this, but the max supply is infinite. The total supply is 588 million. You know, and they've just kept increasing it. It has inflation year over year. That's what this coin does. So, you know, it's inherently weak because of that, and it doesn't mean that it's inherently weaker. I should say it's not weak. It's incredibly strong. I think it's potentially the strongest coin in all of crypto. Even now, I still believe that to be the case. And by the way, this insight I'm sharing with you guys, if it's kind of vibing with you, if it makes sense, if it sounds like something that, you know, you wish you had heard before, then smash them up. Make sure you're subscribed, because that's exactly what you get right here. We got Caleb asking, what is the deal with Ethereum? Is it ever going to move? I'm thinking about closing my position from 3 years ago and shifting it to Doge. I'm pinning that comment right there, Caleb. I think you should do it, Caleb. I think you should, because when you sell Ethereum, bro, the fucking minute you sell Ethereum, it's going to go up. I promise you. Sell it right now. Let's see what happens. I promise you. That's how this shit works. When you've been holding a coin for 3 years and it hasn't given you the pump that you're looking for 3 years, and then you're staring out the window. What's that meme? Patrick? No. What's his name? SpongeBob window meme. When you're Squidward staring out of the fucking window, watching everybody else. Well, I don't know what the hell this YouTube channel's turning into, guys. I'm sorry we're even taking this detour. You guys who've been around for a while, you'll remember that we do these horrible analogies on the YouTube channel. I think we're really we're really doing something quite fantastic here. Caleb is Squidward right here, and Dogecoin holders are these guys. And when Caleb sells his Ethereum, and when he joins the Dogecoin holders, Ethereum's gonna run. That's how it works. That's how it works. And it's not about Caleb, right? I mean, you know, how you're feeling is how a lot of people are feeling, and it's how I've felt in the past, right? Because I've been in that position too before. And so I can actually really understand where you're coming from. You know, and what I would say to that is very simple. You know, a lot of people are feeling the same. And when those tokens get sold, you know, at the absolute lows, they're essentially, you know, what is it? It's a patience problem, right? I mean, I do believe Ethereum is going to move up eventually. I mean, I don't know, Caleb. Let me know. I actually want to know what you think. Do you think Ethereum, like before I said all of this, did you think that Ethereum was never going to pump, or did you just think that it just wasn't worth holding? You know, because if it's the former, then you know, then you're probably wrong, I think, you know, but if it's the latter, then yeah, you just want, you know, to hold something a bit more efficient. Super Pro Max Plus is saying, take one for the team, Caleb. Absolutely. We need it sometimes, man. We need, my analyst and I, we trade the same thing every single time. And nearly every time I skip a trade and he takes it, it blows up. And if he skips a trade and I take it, it blows up. I don't make the rules. I don't know why it happens this way. But you know, like this Ethereum, this Bitcoin trade that I'm in right now, you know, I don't actually know this. I'd probably have to, you know, ask him just to double confirm. But this Bitcoin trade I'm in right now, he's not in it anymore. And I think that's one of the big reasons that this did so well. But back to Caleb, you know, I think the reason that this is a big deal, and I want to kind of talk about it for a couple of minutes, is a lot of people are feeling that dissatisfaction with Ethereum right now. And it's a patience problem, because if you're in the first camp where you think Ethereum is never going to pump, I think you're probably just wrong. But if you're in the second camp, then it probably just means you're impatient. And being impatient, you know, is not a bad thing. I mean, it's a bad thing, but in this context, I'm not demonizing you for it, because I'm also impatient just by being in the crypto market as opposed to having a normal 9-to-5 job, right? I want to get rich. I want to make some money. Oh, we're at 99.8, are we? Let's take a look. 99.8 apparently. No, we're not. But that was the all-time high that we set very, very recently just in this live stream. We're just consolidating right now under 100K. You know, I mean, this is pretty damn bullish right now. But you know, you're gonna get people that, you know, are not actually very patient, selling their Ethereum tokens to holders who will be much more patient. And what we really have to understand is, you know, if you've got patient holders that don't want to sell, you know, and that won't sell, we're seeing the same thing with Bitcoin right now, right? Bitcoin is sitting at $100,000, and we haven't seen one single pullback, you know, since Bitcoin broke the all-time high. I really think that's worth talking about, guys. You know, because we knew this was happening for a long time on this YouTube channel. Those of you that are subscribed, those of you that are smashing those likes up and watching these videos regularly, those of you that are following Twitter, linked at the top of the description, getting all that analysis exclusive to Twitter. You've known for a very, very long time on this channel that we were not expecting sell-offs necessarily above this all-time high, because all of that supply was already exhausted over here. Right? Like, a lot of the Bitcoins that wanted to be sold were sold in this range. And now you just have buying demand. And that's why we haven't seen a single pullback, right? I mean, that all-time high is quite far away now. You know, that's, you know, it's been a 35% move up, down back to that all-time high. It's a 25% move down, which is a pretty sizable correction, you know? I mean, that's not tiny. 71K is 28% away, and 67K is 32% away now. Absolutely beautiful price levels to see a pullback. I don't know if we're going to get it, but you know, clearly there's not much structure here. You know, even on the daily time frame, right? I mean, I'm hearing some people saying that, you know, you can zoom into the daily and start getting some palatable levels, but I disagree. This is all you've got, and it's not even that clear where the support is, right? I mean, is it up here at 90K? Is it down here at 87? Is it the invalidation level at like 86? I think 86 is kind of still one of the big levels in this market, and I think that if we lose it, it would probably represent, you know, weakness for the market. But you know, it's hard to say, and that's because when Bitcoin broke the all-time high, you know, there was no appetite to sell. And you know, we bring it back to the Ethereum question, and if there's no appetite to sell, then you can only go up. But right now, there is an appetite to sell, because there are people like Caleb in the market who are growing disillusioned with their holdings because it's been 3 years and it's just not doing anything interesting. You know, and that's exactly why it's just going to pump immediately after those people sell it. The market is waiting for those Calebs to sell. So, you know, if you hold on, maybe you're going to get rewarded for it very, very well. I don't know. I can't see the future, but I've seen the past, and I've seen this happen a million times. So, you know, it's just one of those things where that supply gets exhausted and then you can go. And we saw the exact same thing happen with Bitcoin here. And this is what makes these charts really nice, right? I mean, you know, I'm really not in the business of making my life difficult. I'm literally just here to make money. So are you. And then we want to get on with our lives. There's a million things we want to do when we get rich off crypto. And so, you know, I don't want to make my life hard, and I don't want to be in a degenerate community of XRP holders or anything like that. You know, and so for me, my perspective is just very much spot an easy chart, yeah, something that looks quite obvious to potentially move up, okay, and then just see if you know, if we're due to do something like that again, right? I mean, if we look at Doge and we look at XRP right here. You know, I mean, this is the point that I'm making, right? We bring Doge back up on. Why can I not separate these charts? I can't show you XRP on this. Oh, there it is. You know, and this is what I'm saying, right? I mean, we bring it here onto, let's say, onto the 4 hour, and really kind of analyze what this chart is telling us. I mean, it's the same chart pattern, right? And this is what I like. This is what I like to kind of look at, you know, in my trading, because it's just a lot more predictable. It's a lot easier. You know, I don't need to make my life difficult, right? Like at the end of the day, if we're making money, we're making money, right? Whether it was difficult or easy, it really doesn't matter. You know, and so I just choose the easy way. You know, I mean, yeah, that's just me. What can I say? I like to make my life easy. And you know, because of that, I mean, you know, this is just one of those instances where you can see what's already happened in a very, very similar market. You know, XRP and Doge, they move for very similar reasons, and the similar reasons are literally a complete lack of giving up any care in the world for the coin. Nobody gives any shits about XRP or Doge. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about what the coin is. They just care about how much money it can make them. And the stark proof of this is just that if there was no investment potential, if there was no, you know, profit potential, then there would be no interest. You know, in the same way that in the club, if the girl's not pretty, you're not looking at her. And these coins get treated the same way. They get treated the exact same way. You know, where if things are looking good and people are making money and things are exciting, then yeah, you want to play and you want to get involved. You know, and it literally doesn't matter what the coin is or what the narrative is, because Doge is a meme and XRP is a shitcoin. You know, and in both cases, people are only buying them because they want to make money. So, you know, it's just about really understanding these dynamics in the market here, because if you don't understand them, you're going to be a victim of them. You know, but because of all of that, we're understanding that these markets are the same, dare I say close to identical, you know, in many ways, not entirely, but in many ways. And you know, if that's happening, then naturally, yeah, I mean, you know, if XRP already made the move up and Doge is a very similar market, then yeah, I think Doge is probably going to make the same kind of move up, contingent on Bitcoin, right? I mean, if Bitcoin craps itself and drops down, you know, below 90K, below 80K, below 70K, then, you know, obviously, you know, Doge is going to be in a little bit of trouble. But, you know, so far that hasn't happened. And, you know, I don't want to just, you know, hold myself back all the time, right? Like eventually you got to start taking some risk in the market. Arguably now is a very bad time to be taking risk because Bitcoin's at 100K. But maybe that's arguably why it's a great time, because it's also kind of maximum reward, right? So, you know, there's a lot of different ways you can look at it, but I think that this is one of them. And like I said, I just like to make my life easy. So that's Doge right there. Obviously, let's just bring Bitcoin back on this side, because I want to keep Bitcoin for most of the live stream just kind of chilling on the side here. But obviously, you know, if we take it to a coin like Binance Coin, it's, you know, it's a little bit less obvious exactly what's going on here. You know, but we can still make sense of it quite well. You know, this is a chart which, you know, just like Bitcoin, I'm sorry, it's not less obvious. It's arguably more obvious, actually, because Binance Coin is a safer coin than, you know, XRP and Doge. It's also, you know, a lot more boring, but it is safer. And we've already discussed how Bitcoin did the same thing, right? Bitcoin topped out twice at the same level, and then it consolidated. In Binance's case, it's been consolidating for 260 days, which makes it a 8-9 month, something like that, like an 8-9 month consolidation at an all-time high. I mean, that's the most bullish thing ever, right? I mean, you know, this is so obviously, you know, going to explode, in my opinion. You know, and I don't have to kind of make my life difficult to see that, right? Like that's actually quite obvious, you know, according to these charts. So that's, you know, that's good. That's what we want. We want it to be obvious, because if it's not obvious, then, you know, we can't really have conviction. Here's the Bitcoin chart for Binance Coin, and it's not looking as good. It's actually looking a lot worse. And this is kind of why I'm still not getting, you know, balls deep in altcoins yet. Look at that little drop on Bitcoin right here. That was quick. That was quick. Let's see if this turns into something here. It's nice to have Bitcoin just kind of planted on the side. We can just kind of keep watching it and see what happens. But yeah, I think. And by the way, you guys a while back, you asked me to move my camera over here. You want me to do that? You want me to keep it like that? Oh, what the fuck have I done? Let me know if you want me to keep my camera like this from now on. Maybe I'll just do this for, you know, the rest of the live stream. it might make this chart a little bit easier to see. Let me know in the live chat. 550 viewers, 212 likes. Smash them up, ladies and gents. Let's get it up to 250. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. And also, obviously, if you are looking for a place to trade, or if you just want a little bit of extra capital, you know, some people have been losing a little bit of money. You know, these exchanges are going to give you some of that money back for free. You know, when you start trading, when you deposit, and you can just throw that money into anything you like, and then any profits you make with that capital are going to be yours to keep. So really, really cool stuff there. Obviously, only if you're not from a restricted region, only if you're allowed to in your country. A couple more charts that I want to show you. Short-term Bitcoin perspective here against the dollar, obviously on the 1 hour time frame. Just more vertical accumulation. Really, really nice Ichimoku support all around. We haven't even looked at a single indicator for this entire YouTube live stream. That's quite impressive. But here we do have a couple. Obviously the EMA ribbon here on the 4 hour looking pretty sweet. A very, 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 very short-term Fibonacci retracement indicating potential support at 92K. That's actually pretty good. I should have talked to you guys about that earlier on. But actually, before we move on, just Binance against Bitcoin. You know, to me, this chart still tells me that there could be weakness. Not that there will be, but that there could be. I would need to see Binance, you know, really kind of recover from these levels for me to, you know, really, really love it. But I don't even really think it matters that much because, you know, ultimately at the end of the day, you know, Binance coin, you know, it's got its resistance against the dollar, and you know, when it breaks it, if it breaks it against the dollar, that BTC chart is going to catch up very, 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 very quickly, I believe. So I don't think that's going to be a problem. Let me bring it back to Bitcoin here just for a sec, because I do want to talk to you about that $92,000 price level. My mistake, like I said, I should have done that earlier, but I can't zoom right now. My zoom is my scroll wheel is not working properly, which is really weird. I might have to refresh TradingView here, but yeah, it's basically just the top of this range, isn't it? If we look at it on the hourly, we can kind of get a sense for, you know, this rough sideways range. You know, obviously we've already kind of labeled it with a yellow line here. Probably would be a little bit more reasonable if I used the box. Looking something a little bit like that, right? So that's going to be a really nice zone of support for Bitcoin if it does kind of crash down on the short term. You know, if it crashes down, you know, in terms of a larger time frame correction, then, you know, this is actually pretty weak support. I wouldn't expect it to be, you know, a miracle for Bitcoin, but yeah, let's take a look at what's going on here on the minute time frame, because we are getting a little bit of a pullback right now, down to 99.3. Let's see what we got in the live chat. Sammy, what makes Bitcoin dominance fall? Can I give an example? Just boredom, right? I mean, just people kind of getting a little bit bored with the market, and with Bitcoin specifically. Well, boredom's the wrong word. It's not boredom. It's more greed. It's more when you've made enough money on Bitcoin and you feel like, you know, you're the big man, and things are going well in your world. You might find yourself, you know, getting very, very confident and wanting to take on even more risk to make even more money. And that's when you might start taking money out of Bitcoin and putting it in altcoins, right? Which is why, you know, these Bitcoin charts are so important, because, you know, I mean, ultimately, you know, you might have a different opinion to me, but, you know, and this is especially going to hold true for people that have larger trading volumes, which, you know, you should really be listening to, because they have larger trading volumes for a fucking reason, right? Like they're not dumb with their money, they're smart with their money. You know, all of those people really are looking at Bitcoin as the end goal. They want to make more Bitcoin, and they're only trading altcoins to make Bitcoin. And so where this becomes really interesting is, you know, if Binance against Bitcoin is sitting at, you know, 0.006 BTC per token, you know, to get up to that all-time high, it's gonna triple, right? So if I put a Bitcoin into Binance token over here, it's gonna become 3 Bitcoins if Binance coin gets back to its all-time high against Bitcoin. And that stuff becomes a lot more interesting, because you're really compounding quite aggressively. And it basically means that you get to ride the entire wave of Bitcoin, or you get to ride much of the wave of Bitcoin while these altcoins get cheaper. And then you get to buy the altcoins and kind of enjoy, you know, a ride that might look something a little bit like this, right? That's kind of what I might expect, you know, from buying these coins. And so I get to make money in Bitcoin, and then I get to buy these coins when they're cheap, and I get to sell them when they're high. That's what I'm looking at, and that's the entire Bitcoin dominance chart, right? That's everything I've been saying constantly. I am actually, personally, I'm actually quite kind of sick and tired of saying this continuously, but I think that you guys like me saying it. Let me know, because if you guys are kind of tired of me saying it too, then I'm gonna stop, because I feel like I say this every day, and it's like, it's just complicated enough for me to, you know, like I have to think before I speak, so I say it properly. And to do that all the time. I guess if I keep doing it, I get better at it. But I want to know if you guys want me to keep repeating this kind of thing, or if you prefer me to just kind of let it rest for a couple of days before I talk about it again. Apparently, Bitcoin hit 100K on Robinhood. That's very, very cool. Rolando loves the camera on the left. Thank you very, very much. Badger likes it as well. Keep the camera like that, bro. We ain't looking at you. We're looking at the chart. But you're looking mad fine. Thank you, bro. How much can I bench? I don't know, bro, because I do dumbbells. But I need a haircut, man. I'm not looking good. I'm a mess right now. Where do I think we are on the Wall Street cheat sheet? Good question, man. Good question. Let's take a look at the Wall Street cheat sheet. I would say maybe like here. Yeah, I'm thinking we're probably around here. You know, like optimism. Yeah, I'd say we're like here, you know, like that. It's even got that consolidation, right? Like the big move hasn't really even happened yet. That's how I feel. We could be here. We could be here. I think we're either here. We're either here, or we're here, or we're here. I definitely do not think we're further than this. And if I had to bet, we're probably here. For crypto, for Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin's here. I think Bitcoin's here if I had to bet, and I think crypto as a whole is here. Maybe even lower. Maybe it's like off the screen. Oh wait, you couldn't even see what I'm showing you because my face cam is covering it. Easy3 says we're way closer to thrill. What thrill, bro? Who's having a thrill right now? Who's experiencing emotions of being thrilled right now, bro? Everybody's like not in Bitcoin, and none of their altcoins are moving, and Caleb's about to capitulate his Ethereum after 3 years and buy more Doge tokens. I don't think we're anywhere near thrill, bro. I don't think so. You know, not even close. I'm not one of them idiot, you know, dickhead bulls that just, you know, says everything is perfect because I want likes. You know, I'm not one of those people. You know, and so I think it says a lot that I actually believe we're probably quite early on. Thrill, bro, thrill. Like, you must think that we've got like a couple of weeks left in this bull market, maybe a month or two. I mean, hell no, I don't think so. I mean, you might be right. It won't be, you know, like I said, it won't be the first time that I'm wrong, but I don't think so, man. Not even close. Love you, sir. Thank you very, very much. I think it can chop to extend the time duration. I don't think so. To chop right now at 100K, you're talking about chop, bro. I mean, I don't think so. Talking about chop at 100K, like 10 times lower than this when Bitcoin smashed through 100K. Let me show you what happened. Let me show you what happened when Bitcoin was 10 times lower than this. The first ever time that it broke 100K. I'm sorry, that it broke 10K. It was right here. And to be fair, that is thrill. That's exactly where you're saying that we are. You know, and then if we look at how we got there, let's look at where the all-time high was broken. You know, that previous all-time high was broken right down over here. This was the previous all-time high, right around here. So this is how much Bitcoin traveled in order to get to that significant resistance. It managed to pull off a nearly 10 times gain. It nearly pulled off. I mean, it did. It's fucking $1,000 up to 10K. Yeah, so it did pull off a 10 times gain. And you know, now from Bitcoin's all-time high to where we are now, it's pulled off a 35% gain. You know, I mean, how the hell could this be, you know, something that leads into chop? I don't get it. I mean, you know, we flew through 100K, you know, I'm sorry, we flew through 10K. We doubled. I mean, I know in terms of the chart, you know, it looks like nothing really happened, but, you know, I mean, if that happened today, Bitcoin would go from 100K to 200K and it would be the exact same percentage move. So, you know, definitely very, 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 very early, I believe. Very early. I mean, Trump is not even president yet. Very, very early. Gonna start doing some timeouts for annoying comments. DXY hit 108 today. Yeah, it did. We were looking at that at the very, very beginning of this live stream. I don't think you can say a recovery is possible when we're at an all-time high. I'm not sure exactly what you mean, dude. More at the optimistic stage. Yeah, I think the optimism stage might make sense. I think it depends on who you are, right? Like, you know, it depends on what you're holding too, right? I mean, if you're holding XRP, then yeah, you probably are in thrill. But if you're holding Ethereum, then you're probably, you know, in hope or disbelief. You know, and Ethereum has, you know, way more holders, right? Because it's a bigger coin. Yeah, let's take a look at Pepe. Gonna bring Pepe up in a second. We'll look at a couple of the other majors. Don't forget to take profits off the table along the way. Shout out to Sean coming in with the alpha. We love that. We love that. Can Ethereum go up from this level? I believe so. Yeah. I held through the depression stage, but I wasn't depressed because I kept buying the steal deals. There you go, man. There you go. What I think, any movement on the weekend? Yeah, actually, we were looking at that. I might make a video on it. Let me know if you guys want me to kind of make a dedicated piece on it. But Bitcoin's dominance has consistently been dropping on weekend trading sessions and toward the end of the working week. And it seems to be happening now as well. It kind of started to drop off, you know, on Thursday, which is, again, like I said, toward the end of the working week. And now, obviously, we're kind of coming toward the end of Friday. And dominance is dropping down right now. So yeah, 100%. You know, we could be looking at some alts running over the course of this weekend, because I wouldn't, you know, if Bitcoin doesn't break 100K right now today, I wouldn't necessarily expect it to happen over the weekend. I don't think it matters, right? I mean, it could, it couldn't. It doesn't really matter one way or the other. But I think weekend volatility is so the weekends are for degens. Absolutely, they are for degens. Obviously, I mean, you know, if you're not the nuclear family guy with a wife and 2 kids spending the weekend taking your family out to the park, and instead you're sitting in front of your laptop scrolling pump.fun and Dex tools and scrolling Twitter and, you know, sitting on your vape, then yeah, you're a fucking degenerate. Absolutely. And proudly. I mean, you know, that's what we're proud of it in crypto, aren't we? That's yeah, like, damn right we're degenerates. You know, it's like calling an Indian cheap. Like, damn right I'm cheap, you know? Like, Indians love it. Indians love being called cheap, and crypto traders, we love being called degenerates. It's what we are. I'm okay with it. I got no problem with it. Let's see. Let me pull up a couple more interesting charts for you guys that I wanted to show you guys in this live stream. Smash up those likes if you are enjoying this live stream so far, ladies and gents. It's been a good one. We got a question here. What was it? Like, do I think we're actually breaking 100K today during this live stream? I think that's what this person asked. And the answer is still, I don't know. What are the comments are saying? I feel called out. That's brilliant. I am directly calling you out, sir. Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, because, you know, I mean, these resistance levels are very contentious, you know, and it's not clear at all. I'm curious what Polymarket says. Polymarket's at 93% chance of hitting 100K in this year. I mean, it's this year, right? I mean, we still got like an entire 40 days left. Speaking of this year, let's do some super long-term analysis on Bitcoin. I actually started off the video talking to you guys about this series of patterns that Bitcoin has been producing, where, you know, it trends up and then vertical accumulation and then trends up and then vertical accumulation, trends up, vertical accumulation, and showing you how we might kind of be doing the same thing again right now. There's no way to really say, you know, if we're going to do it or not. But it does seem like, you know, as we start to brush up against, you know, significant, you know, psychological levels, basically, okay, let me phrase this properly, because I got to say this correctly so you understand me. This vertical accumulation goes on and on and on and on and on until it's literally directly knocking on the door of a key psychological level, which in this case was 95K. The price at this point was 94.9, so it was only $100 away. And that vertical accumulation just gradually takes us there, takes us there, takes us there, takes us there. But at this point, it can't keep slowly going higher and higher, because now it's at a psychological resistance level. And so the market understands, and by the market understands, I mean people in the market understand, that either this is going to be where a rejection happens, or this is going to be where an explosion happens. And indeed, this is where the explosion happened. And we're doing, you know, and the reason that I don't think it's, you know, super clear one way or the other is that we've done the same thing. This vertical accumulation that we're in right now started at 97.7, and then it took us up to 98.2, and then 99.1. Yeah, and then 99.4, 99.5, and just now in this live stream, 99.8. Like, we ran out of space. There's no more vertical accumulation you can do without breaking 100K. So just like last time, it's crunch time now. 95K psychological level, 100K psychological level. Is it going to turn into a rejection or an explosion, right? And every single time so far, it's turned into an explosion, but every single time so far, we haven't hit $100,000. So is this time going to be different? I don't know. I don't speculate on these questions because I don't think it actually matters that much. But I mean, I am leaning towards yes. I am leaning towards yes, we're going to be able to break it. Maybe not during this live stream, but maybe even today. But it also just doesn't matter. And I think that's really important. Bartos is saying we already hit 100K on CME today. Absolutely. Yeah, there are some Bitcoin trading solutions that are, you know, kind of regularly trading at premiums. And CME has been one of them for a while, which is actually, you know, pretty good for us. That's a pretty bullish thing, I would say. I liked Rect Capital's time-based analysis to gauge market cycles. That may help estimate where we are on the cheat sheet. Let's take a look at Rect Capital. I'm guessing that you're talking about on Twitter. So bear with while I just pull this up here. Rect Capital. Rect Capital is a very good Twitter page. Definitely like looking at the content here. And let's just see if there's anything interesting going on right now. ETH is currently breaking out from the short-term bull flag. Confirmed breakout would see it rising to 3,700. Let's take a look at Ethereum. We haven't even looked at Ethereum once in this YouTube video. It doesn't look like it's moving particularly well. I mean, it's not about Ethereum against the dollar anyway, right? I mean, you know, eventually it's going to rally very hard. I'm sure of it. You know, I mean, I still believe that Ethereum can hit $10,000. In fact, I think it can hit, you know, potentially even 20K. I wouldn't be too surprised. But right now, I think 10K is, you know, damn nearly guaranteed for me. But the main chart for Ethereum is going to be the Bitcoin chart. Obviously, you know, it fell down to my key level of support after so long. Shout out to those of you that have been subscribed for so many years while I've been talking about this. It's finally happened exactly as I said it would happen. It just took a while. I said so many years. It's been about 2-3 years, but that's still a long time, especially in crypto years. That's like, you know, in dog years, that's like 21 years, isn't it? So, and crypto moves in dog years, doesn't it? What is Bitcoin expected to hit by the end of the year? I have no idea. Should I invest now? If so, how much is a great investment to make serious money? Oh my God, yeah. Why don't you just get me a financial advisor license, you know, and then I can start answering you. Just license me, bro, and then pay me 10 grand to answer your questions. How about that? No, I'm not gonna answer questions like that. That's ridiculous. How can I do that? I'm a random motherfucker that you've never met, and you're asking me to make an entire, you know, set of financial decisions for me. Come on, man. You wouldn't do that normally to people. I'm not here to tell any of you what to do. I don't care what any of you do. I don't care. I'm telling you what I think is great. And if you guys like it, then brilliant. And if you don't, then rock on. It doesn't fucking matter to me. You know, I want to see you guys being successful. I want to see you guys staying very safe in the market. But I will not tell anybody what to do in this market. You'll pay me 10K? Well, get me the license then. How about that? To be fair, in the UAE, you don't even need a license for that stuff. So maybe not. The reason it's important, I don't mean to, I mean, I was a little bit rude. I'm sorry for being rude, but the reason that it's important is because I can't give you the advice you're looking for anyway. I'm not going to be correct. I'm going to be wrong. And you are going to be in deep trouble, if you come to other people for advice like that. Because I've been there and I've been that guy. That's the reason I responded so brazenly to you. It's because I've been there and I've been that guy, who just like walks in and just demands all sorts of financial advice. And it doesn't work that way. You're not going to make money that way. I don't know anybody that does make money that way. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Where did Crypto Kirby go? I don't know, dude. I don't know, but I did speak to him recently, and he's around, and he might be making a comeback. So that would be very, very cool. Oh, I think I have a call scheduled. I think I have a call scheduled. I don't even know about it in like 10 minutes. Let me just double check. I might just skip the call. The live stream's more important. If I can't make the call, can you please just participate and just understand what they are offering and if it would be worth it? Just sending a voice note to one of my team members there. Yeah, gotta look into that, but Mitch Stew is asking me to look at the inverted chart and see if it looks like we're overextended. With pleasure, sir. Absolutely. Great to see you again, Mitch. So I think you're in absolutely every single live stream we do, and I'm all for it. I love it. But Bitcoin on the inverted chart has made a big move up. I'm sorry, a big move down. Look, what I would do is I would measure a flagpole like this, right? And then I would put that at the breakout point, and I would say that we're not done because of that. That tells me that we're not done. 122K. And before you can start saying things like, that's an unreasonable, kind of way to extract a target, we kind of did the exact same move the last time, right? From low to absolute high, it was the same thing. So if we measure this from low, yeah, actually from this low, then we are overextended. If you're measuring it that way. So I guess, kind of mixed signs here, but it's the consolidation range, bro. And actually it's more so just this, right? Because this was 7 months, right? 210 days. And this was also about, 8 months. And this in between only lasted, 60 days. So, very, very small, interim consolidation happening here. But the big move is clearly from this high to this low. And so again, just kind of copy pasting that. That is potentially, again, let's measure it from the absolute low. That still puts us at 140K. I just don't think that I just don't think that we're there. I just don't think that we're overextended by that particular perspective. Overextended in terms of just not having a pullback. I mean, obviously, it's been dropping very, very hard. It hasn't come back up. You might expect it to, but at the same time, consolidation for that long, same break. I don't know. I just don't think that it's that obvious because of the consolidation. But you're right, man. I mean, it's obviously quite extended. I think the bigger concern would be things like the fear and greed index, right? I mean, this was at 94 today, and obviously, we're going to see it updating in the next 3 hours. So, if this gets any higher, which it probably would, then then we might actually have a significant issue, right? Because I think the Bitcoin fear, crypto fear and greed index is what I think really could be a big problem for crypto, because it never really stays this high, and I wouldn't expect it to stay this high this time. So yeah, I think that's really important. Yeah. And obviously, just back on the note of the whole financial advice, where do I buy, how much do I buy, all of that stuff. I dropped my AirPods on the floor. All of that stuff. It's really I've seen a lot of people that have kind of gone around looking for that level of hand holding, and I've never seen those people make money in the long run. You just have to. I mean, to me, it's ridiculous to even come at it with that approach, because which is why I responded so harshly, because I mean, you work a job, you put 8 hours a day into your job, plus traffic, plus all the other shit that goes into your job, but you don't want to put the effort in to just learn the principles of investing, or to learn the Bitcoin chart, or to pick up a book, and yet you expect these markets to make you more money than your job. It's ridiculous, right? It obviously doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. And I think that's where a lot of people really go very, very wrong. I really believe that a lot of people go wrong with that particular mindset, because they treat crypto like it's a lottery ticket, where they can just enter and buy something stupid that some YouTuber tells them, and then just hold it and everything's going to be fine. And it just in practice it just doesn't work that way. It's just more complicated than that. Do I think year-end and capital gains taxes will have an effect on the market? I'm going to get murdered by CGT this year. First of all, sorry about that, bro. Second of all, I believe that it could have an effect, because it seems to have an effect every year that Bitcoin is very, very bullish. It does seem to result in some sort of a kind of pullback. So I would expect something, but nothing huge. And I don't think it's necessarily to do with CGT, probably more so to do with the self-fulfilling prophecy of CGT, and just generally people kind of taking profits and all the other kind of factors that come into play. Problem with all this is that financial institutions will definitely affect things like fear and greed. If the meter is measuring rate of uptake, for example. I didn't understand your comment. If you can rephrase that, I'd appreciate that. Flo is asking, so what coin should I buy? You should buy dollars. Buy dollars. Are there dollar coins? Of course there are dollar coins. No, but the reason I'm asking is because we have a pound coin in the UK, right? But there is no dollar coin. Is there a dollar coin? Is there a dollar coin? The US dollar coin is a basic. Oh, there is a dollar coin. Is it? Is it legal? Well, why do people not use them? I never understood why Americans use paper for $1. That's what you use a coin for. You guys, in the UK, if you go to the Tesco, you put your the Walmart, you put your pound coin in the trolley, in the shopping cart. I guess in America you use a quarter. But yeah, Bitcoin 99.4. Pushing back up a little bit. So let's see how this goes. Pushing back up nicely. Let's see if this turns into anything. There are $1 coins. We use them as novelty, but they are spendable. That is very, very cool. AMG is saying it's for strippers. That makes sense. People hate spending and taking them at businesses because they're heavy and a logistical pain. Yeah, that makes sense. It's too close to the size of a quarter, supposedly. We use paper so you can make it rain at the strip club. Brilliant. I use my key because I never have pound coins. Yeah, I mean that would be useful too. I want 100x in 20 days, bruv. Yeah, I mean, me too, bro. But I think Twitter degenerates probably have some alpha for you there. I don't. I certainly don't. All right, the whole live chat's just about strippers now. What have we done? What have we done? That was probably my fault. But let's bring it over to Solana. I haven't looked at Solana with you very much. I did expose to you how misleading your Solana gurus have been by showing you its market cap, and how Solana compared to its market cap is like probably 70% above its all-time high, but by price it's just at its all-time high, which tells us that clearly this chart is not as interesting as we thought it was, but it's still very, very interesting. I think it's looking great. I think it's obviously going to be, probably rallying past its all-time high. It's obviously going to be contingent on Bitcoin and its Bitcoin pair, because against Bitcoin, it's not actually at its all-time high. And yeah, I think that against Bitcoin, we've got some nice upside potential, another kind of 80% from current levels, until Solana kind of breaks the Bitcoin all-time high. And again, this is where it would get really interesting. And it's the same chart as Binance Coin as well, which is really nice. It's got that really, really healthy consolidation that Binance Coin had against the dollar. Solana has it here against Bitcoin, which, again, just tells me even more about why Solana is just so impressive in this market right now. Such excellent live, Sammy. As always, bless and your family happy Thanksgiving. Thank you very much for it. You too, man. You too. That was a very, very nice comment. Joking aside, what do I think the next big thing is? Not talking about crypto, but the next crypto. The next big coin, probably, I don't know about next big coin, but I think one of the next big kind of obvious pumps would probably be, on Doge. I think Binance is a next big obvious move. I don't look at like which coin is going to pull like a 10x move, right? I'm not really like in that game. I'm more so interested in trading the established coins. I just think that it's safer. I think it's easier. I think there's a lot less luck involved. When you're kind of buying shit coins and just kind of hoping one of them, throws a moonshot, you're really just relying on luck more than anything else. And I don't like to rely on luck. I got serious objectives here in this market, and I can't rely on luck. I need to have a little bit more control of where I'm going, and because of that, I think Binance is looking pretty sweet, right? It's just the exact same Bitcoin chart. It just hasn't broken out. So, and I obviously think it will. Bitcoin's just gonna enjoy itself first, and then altcoins will have their chance. Obviously, I think now is a good time to start kind of accumulating. I haven't accumulated anything other than Doge, but I think that I think I might regret that. So I might look into picking up a little bit. It's just that it looks obvious to me that Bitcoin's dominance is going to keep going up, right? And so there's almost no point buying, but it's not about like buying the bottom, right? And that's the reason that's the reason I'm even considering buying. It's because I don't try and time tops and bottoms. That's not the business I'm in either, right? There's a lot of meat in the middle, and I want that meat in the middle. I don't want to kind of get to the edges. I think it's too late to enter Solana, or could it be half of what Ethereum is? No, yeah, it's at an all-time high, right? But it's probably not going to pull a 10x from here, easily, at least. Market cap wise, it would have to be worth 1.2 trillion, for that to happen. And Ethereum isn't even worth $500 billion. So, actually that could happen. It could happen. It's like I said yesterday, right? I made that I made that XRP video. And one of the big things I said about XRP is that, we can get to very, unrealistic price levels where you start scratching your head and you're like, the market cap doesn't make sense, right? If XRP pulls a 10x from here, it's going to be worth nearly $1 trillion. It would be too crazy, right? The valuation would be too high. But, that stuff doesn't actually matter too much because, you are in a situation here where coins can get to these astronomical valuations, but they won't necessarily hold on to them. And if they won't hold on to them, then they're just going to spike up and they're going to spike back down. They're going to drop back down very, very quickly. And so all you had was just a bubble pop that went to a very, very irrationally exuberant level, which is exactly what happened to Solana last time anyway. You know, so that's what I would expect to happen again. Shout out to Life at 200 miles per hour. Need a good dose of knowledge from the legend that is Sammy. Thank you very, very much, sir. Welcome back to another live stream. Good to see you here. You got to watch that Ethereum video, bro, if you haven't done so already, because that is huge. All of you guys asking me about Ethereum, I've made a dedicated video about it on my Twitter. So come follow me on Twitter. Where is it? Where's the post? It's right here. It was only 2 days ago. I only posted it 2 days ago. A whole 23-minute video. I also put it on YouTube, but I don't know where it is on YouTube. Which one is it? Is it this video? Yeah, it looks like it's this video here. So if you want to watch it on YouTube, you can check it out right here. And I explained everything. I mean, this was a very, very intense video. Imagine if Solana hits $20 again. Yeah, that would be something. That would be something. No, I mean, more likely it would probably go to like, I don't know, let's say $1,000 and then, you know, come back down to like 100 and then, you know, consolidate at like 200. You've seen the video twice and it's made me go all in on Ethereum. Holy shit. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. I would like to go, I mean, I don't know about going all in on Ethereum, but I would like to go heavy on Ethereum, right? Like maybe 50% of everything or more. I mean, originally my number was about 30%, but I don't know. I just think it looks pretty good to me. Yeah, I don't want to be silly about it though. I think all in would be hard to sleep potentially. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't, because Ethereum is really, really strong and very well established. It wouldn't just die, would it? I mean, that would be the reason not to go all in, you know, just in case it dies. But this chart is not dying. This chart is not dying. This chart is gonna, you know, who knows? Maybe Vitalik breaks up with his girlfriend and he gets back to work. I don't know. Ethereum can hit 10K this cycle? 100%, dude. 100%. I think that's a near guarantee. I got rugged from a project called Solana Sports back when Solana was not even known, and then I swore I'll never buy Solana. That's the sad thing about this market, man. Sometimes you just get traumatized like that, and then you exclude yourself, and then it's just so painful afterwards. I'm all in with the free liquidity. I mean, sticking to a 30-to-7 ratio. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, pretty decent split as well there. AMG can't stand Vitalik. What are my top 3 crypto investments? I mean, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Probably in that order. Maybe Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Doge, but I'm more of a Solana guy. I just don't like meme coins that much. Obviously, XRP is making money right now, right? So we're going to be, you know, giving you some more analysis on XRP. I'm going to spam these XRP videos a little bit. So if you guys, you know, I'm telling you now, if you don't like XRP or if you don't want to watch them, then don't watch them. You know, I mean, you don't have to watch them. I don't want you to kind of like, you know, be upset that you're watching me analyze a shit coin. Like I'm having fun. You know, it's definitely tradable. You know, and you don't have to like it. You don't even have to watch it. But I am saying this because I know a lot of you are actually very, very sensible on this YouTube channel. A lot of you are very serious, and you won't appreciate me looking at XRP. You know, but I'm a YouTuber, so I'm going a little bit broader, and you don't have to watch it. You know, the normal content that you know and love is not going anywhere. You're just getting more of it. You're getting more of the normal stuff too. So that's great. We're gonna be doing some more for sure over there. ADA has been ripping lately. Yeah, let's take a look at it because it's been doing very, very well. Let's look at it against Bitcoin. It smashed through resistance here. That's a big deal, isn't it? It's got a lot more resistance up ahead. It's facing resistance right now. And against the dollar, yeah, it's also facing resistance. So this is probably where I'd expect it to top. All these coins are at resistance right now, right? I mean, Bitcoin's at its all-time high, and so naturally all the other ones are kind of right there with it. So that's not surprising at all. That's exactly what we would be expecting to see with the altcoins. How are we all doing in this live stream so far today, ladies and gents? How are we feeling? Smash up those likes if you've been enjoying this one so far. Just got to check something here. Smash up those likes if you've been enjoying it so far. Let's get this thing up to 300. Double check, of course, that you are subscribed so you don't miss out on the super time-sensitive content that we're putting out over here. And yeah, I got a couple more interesting charts I want to show you guys, and then I think I'm going to be wrapping this one off, this one up. We got Bitcoin here, just visualizing a couple of support levels. You got 86, 76, obviously 67 is by far the biggest zone of support for Bitcoin. That's going to be about a 35% drop away from now. Order book heat map, a ton of sell orders at 100K. Not surprising. I wouldn't actually say there's a ton. There's a lot, but there's less than I probably would have expected. That might not be completely full. It might not be a completely full picture, but this data did come from 𝐂𝐿𝐴, so 𝐂𝐿𝐴 is pretty good. Yeah, and here's a kind of look at some of our previous all-time high rallies. If Bitcoin, previously it managed to pull off a 1,600% gain from 1,000 up to, from 1,200 up to 20,000. The next bull market, it only pulled off a 200% gain to its all-time high. And this bull market, if we only pull off a 2x gain, that puts us at 140, which is, the speculative target that I've been talking about on this channel for, a couple of years. I've been saying that, I don't know how high Bitcoin is going to go, and it also doesn't matter. But at a minimum, I would always expect it to double its previous all-time high. So, that kind of, really lines up with what we were talking about as well. And then I also, like I said, I wanted to kind of analyze a little bit of those longer term time frames with you guys. So let's go ahead and do that here on the weekly. Well, we're on a Friday candle right now, so I don't know how much we can analyze the weekly yet, but we've had 3 very, very strong weeks of price action. I mean, I don't know. We're probably not going to close this red. We might actually. I don't know. We could, but I think it's looking pretty sweet. Monthly time frame is looking insane. Clearly a very substantial breakout. If we kind of look at what happened with the last bull cycle, we did something really similar, right? I mean, we broke out of that 20K level, and it was a huge price move within that same month. We've already kind of measured this in our recent videos here, but that was a 47% candle from open to close, and so far we are at a 41% candle. So really quite similar to what we've even seen in the last bull cycle as well, which I think is particularly interesting. And then obviously, it didn't stop there. It carried on rallying for the next few months, and I would still expect that to happen here as well. So definitely exciting stuff, I think, from those perspectives. Thanks for smashing them up, ladies and gents. We're very close to 300 now. Let's get another 20 in, and we've hit 300 likes. That's sick. I almost dropped 3K in XRP when it was 61 cents. Yeah, that sucks. That would be worth quite a bit more now. Volume's picking up apparently. On Bitcoin, do you mean? I don't know. Yeah, we got a lot of like shitcoin suggestions, a lot of XRP talk, and this is what I was saying when I was saying that I don't care about what you guys do with your money, because if I did care, it would drive me crazy, because a lot of you guys are really stupid with your money. Not like on this channel necessarily, but like overall in the crypto community, a lot of people are really stupid with their money, and if I cared what they did, oh my god, it would ruin my mental health. It would be so bad. But I mean, that's what we're here for. This is crypto. We're here to trade with those idiots, because that's what makes these markets easy to make money off. DM put 40K in XRP at 30 cents. I mean, you are up massively right now, so that's very, very cool. Picked up some BNB spot, limit sell at 50% profit. I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take, but I would imagine that's going to be pretty easy to reach. I want to take a quick look at Pepe, because I think Pepe is one of the other meme coins that is just kind of waiting to pop. Yeah, it was a little bit lower. It's kind of recovered back into this range now, which is really good. And Pepe just kind of goes sideways until it wakes up, doesn't it? So, I wouldn't really expect a miracle there. Pepe against Bitcoin, just slowly trending down, nothing crazy. Looking pretty good, but I mean, not a super easy chart to analyze, so I wouldn't say too much there. Let's take a look at WIF. WIF is down quite a bit. Into a support zone, and WIF against BTC is just bouncing off support as well, so that's also looking interesting. Ladies and gents, I'm gonna call it. That's me for today. I don't know how long we've been live for. Yeah, it's actually nearly been 2 hours. No, it's been nearly 3 hours. I don't know, nearly 2 hours. I think it's been 2 hours, but I'm gonna have to head off here, ladies and gents. I hope you have enjoyed this one. You know what to do if you have. Hit up those likes, subscribe, tick the bell, do all that good stuff. And obviously, you got a ton of free cash waiting for you with these links in the description. If you just want to start trading, they're going to give you that money for free, and you can trade with it. Literally, make your deposit, start trading. They give you more money to trade with, and then any profits you make with their money, you're going to be able to withdraw it. And any losses you make with their money is their problem, not yours. So really, really good stuff there. Check it out if you're not from a restricted region, if you are allowed to do it by law in your country. But really good stuff there. Lots more we're going to be talking about over these next videos, so stay tuned. Lots more coming. I'm very excited for it, and I think you guys are going to love it. All right, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I really hope it's been very enjoyable for you. It's a shame that we couldn't get that Bitcoin at 100K. Maybe we'll be live next time it happens. I mean, I'm here. I'll be live anytime there's something going on, so there's no problem there. But take it easy, ladies and gents. Cheers.